Phuket Extra is brought to you by Coast Beach Club and Bistro at Centara Grand Beach Resort. Chill in the sun, sip under the stars.
Sawadee krap! Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by Coast Beach Club and Bistro at Centara Grand Beach Resort, Phuket. I'm JP Mastanza, and here's the news you need to know. 800 million baht. That's the cost of the construction of the new Rajabhakti Park, which will sit on nearly 200 rai of land at Surin Beach. Construction will begin this October, according to Vice Governor Chokdi Amornwat, as officials say they plan to use the space as a way to honor their majesties the King and Queen of Thailand, since they visited Surin Beach back in 1959. About a quarter of the land will be turned into a botanical garden with attractions and monuments, including 7 statues honoring past Thai kings from the Sukhothai period. A museum honoring the royal family will also be constructed, and despite construction on the parking lot and small gardens beginning next month, officials did not announce a timetable for completion on the new park. And Phuket's floating markets have only been open for 4 months, but vendors at the new tourist attraction are filing complaints with Katu officials calling for compensation, saying the whole thing is a bust. The group of 73 vendors say the operator of the floating markets promised hordes of tourists, especially Chinese, but the market has so far struggled to bring in anyone. They're specifically angry about their contract that calls for a 3,000 baht fine for every day that they do not open their stall. And some told the Phuket News that they've made investments of up to 500,000 baht. When approached by the Phuket News, a representative from the company that operates the floating markets said the vendors must abide by the contract, and said, quote, "Whatever they're complaining about is their problem." And for helping expose alleged mistreatment of migrant workers at the Natural Fruit Company, a Thai court is saying British activist Andy Hall deserves a 4-year jail sentence. The sentence was commuted to 3 years and suspended, but Hall was still found guilty of criminal defamation and breaching cybercrime laws over a 2013 report on the company that he helped produce, which made allegations of wages that are low, terrible working conditions, and even child labor. After the ruling, the president of Natural Fruit Company, Virat Piyapornpaidun, said, quote, "No foreigner should think they have power above Thai sovereignty." And then he accused Hall of, quote, "violating his rights." Human rights organizations around the world are condemning the ruling, with some warning that it could have a horrible effect on those who attempt to protect the rights of migrant workers here in the Kingdom of Thailand. And sit tight, Phuket Extra will be right back after this.
The Hyatt Place Phuket Patong, overlooking Patong Beach. Catch the sunset from your own private balcony. Hyatt Place, the right place for you.
Hola, Carioca's Bistro and Lounge. Open daily except Tuesdays from 7 a.m. till midnight. Facebook Carioca's Lounge.
Welcome back to Phuket Extra. Sitting in the Sea Charoen shipyard is the ferry boat that had sunk on Sunday after officials lifted it from the water, taking 2 hours to do so yesterday, as the death toll rose to 28 with the discovery of the body of a 3-year-old boy about 4 kilometers away from the spot of the accident. A new video has surfaced showing desperate passengers just moments before the boat sunk on Sunday, with some yelling, "Sit down," and screams being heard in the background. The incident has spurred the Transport Ministry to tighten their safety measures, which includes installing tracking systems on the boats, increasing the number of compulsory safety training sessions a year, and imposing heavy penalties for boat operators who set off with vessels over capacity. Meanwhile, investigations into Sunday's incident continue, which happened when a boat meant for 50 people had been carrying 150 passengers from a religious ceremony in Ayutthaya and hit an embankment, then sunk in the middle of the Chao Phraya River. And a 64-year-old British expat in Chiang Mai is going to spend only 15 months in prison for keeping a child for sexual abuse and child pornography charges. Fabian Frederick Blandford is a former monk in Chiang Mai who was arrested back in January with the help of U.S. authorities after they learned he had been sending child pornography online. Yesterday, he was found guilty of performing lewd acts on children under 15, but only got a 3-month jail sentence for that. Then he was found guilty of keeping a kid against their will for exploitation, and although he received a 4-year sentence, 3 of the years were suspended. Blandford was originally ordained as a monk years ago, but he later left it behind to marry a Thai woman, and he begins his sentence today. And finally, the monitor lizard population near Bangkok's Lupini Park is out of control. Nearly 400 of them are roaming the park, and officials have begun rounding them up to be transferred to a wildlife sanctuary in Ratchaburi. Some of the animals can measure up to 3 meters in length and are known to feast on dead fish and birds. Officials say the rise of the monitored lizard population threatens the park's ecosystem, and about a dozen park staff have already captured about 100 of them for transport to the wildlife sanctuary in Ratchaburi, which is also the home of where officials took a lot of the tigers from the Tiger Temple to there. And what do you think about today's news? How do you feel about a new park in Surin Beach? And have you even been to the floating markets in Katu yet? Let us know in the comments. From all of us here at the Phuket News Center, thank you for watching. Until tomorrow, stay classy, Phuket.